Have you ever been standing in a crowded room, maybe at a party or a networking event, surrounded by people talking, laughing, and connecting, and yet you felt like a ghost? You aren't shy, you aren't antisocial. In fact, you have a lot to say, but you feel like there is a sheet of glass between you and everyone else. You're watching the world, but the world doesn't seem to see you. This is a very specific type of loneliness often reported by people with high intelligence or high sensitivity. It's the feeling of being invisible. You might blame yourself. You might think, maybe I'm boring, maybe I'm just awkward. But neuroscience suggests something different. You aren't invisible because you lack substance. You feel invisible because your mind is highly calibrated. You are operating on a specific frequency that is just slightly outside the standard broadcast range. Today, we're going to look at the 4 signs of a calibrated mind and why your invisibility is actually a side effect of a high-performance processing system. The first reason you feel invisible is that you have a built-in high-pass filter. In audio engineering, a high-pass filter removes low-frequency rumble so you can hear the crisp details. A high IQ brain does the exact same thing with information. Your brain craves high-density information, patterns, theories, deep emotions, and novelty. But 90% of daily social interaction is low-density information. It's repetition. It's phatic communication like, how about this weather? Or crazy week, huh? To an average brain, this is bonding. To your brain, this is noise. So what happens? You subconsciously tune it out. You disengage. You don't jump into the conversation because your brain hasn't detected a signal worth latching onto yet. This makes you physically present but socially faint. You aren't being rude. Your system is just waiting for a frequency that actually carries data. The second trait is the most painful one. It is called lossy compression. When you have a complex thought, say a connection between a book you read and a geopolitical event, it exists in your head in 4K resolution. It's nuanced, colorful, and huge. But to explain it to a casual group, you have to compress it. You have to strip away the nuance, the history, and the vocabulary to make it fit the conversation. By the time the words leave your mouth, the idea is a low-resolution pixelated version of the original. You see the look in their eyes. They accept this simple version of you, but you know it's not the real you. You feel invisible because the you that they see is a simplified avatar, while the real you is still trapped inside your head, untranslatable. Trait number 3 is high self-monitoring, or what psychologists call the chameleon effect. Highly intelligent people are often excellent pattern matchers. You walk into a room, scan the social dynamics, and instantly know who you need to be to stay safe. You lower your vocabulary, you laugh at the right times, you mimic the energy. This is a survival mechanism. It works, it gets you invited back, but it creates a profound sense of isolation, because if you are perfectly mimicking the wallpaper, no one can see the person standing against it. You feel invisible because you are hiding in plain sight. You have become so good at adapting to others that you have camouflaged yourself out of existence. Finally, trait number 4, you're stuck in director mode. While everyone else is an actor in the scene, feeling the moment, reacting instinctively, you're often the director. You are analyzing the scene. Why did he say that? What is the subtext here? This reminds me of that psychological study. This is metacognition, thinking about thinking. It makes you brilliant at giving advice, but it creates emotional distance.
You feel invisible because you are standing behind the camera, not in front of it. You are observing the connection rather than embodying it. So, if you feel invisible today, remember, it's not because you are empty. It's because you are selective. You don't need to lower your resolution for the whole world. You just need to find the people who can decode your signal. They are out there. And when you find them, you won't just be seen. You'll be understood.